had to fit 300 pounds, and now
170.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Can you tell me your history?
Journey was not easy. I'm, let's see, 38 now. Started my weight loss journey in 2017. I am a mother of 3. Started having kids at 21. So body goes as a woman has babies. And just sacrificing and giving my all to family. But at one point in time, then you want to care for yourself. You want to love for yourself. You suffer body, imaging for so long. You want to start taking care of yourself. So in 2017, I started my weight loss journey, exercising, working out, dieting, losing weight, but struggling, going up and down, struggle like every woman does. And then I separated from my ex, of my marriage for 15 years. And that helped me to then refocus on myself, bring me focus, see everything that you sacrificed all the years, family, your body, mentally. And then now it's like, love me. Love me, love me, love me. But it wasn't easy to love me. You have to learn. And then I decided to, I did my history. I was looking into surgical procedures, how to help myself. Because from 2017 to 2019, I kept losing weight and gaining weight and losing weight. I would lose 40 pounds. I would maintain, and then I would gain back up. And then I would go back down, and then I would go back up. And it was like I was just always hungry. Like I couldn't stop being hungry. Like I'm like, what is it? Like how come I'm gonna start taking medication just to stop being hungry? Like that's not right. Like I'm doing the work, I'm dieting, watching what I'm eating, going to the gym, but I can't stop not being, my body telling me I'm hungry. So I looked into weight loss surgery, and there was many options, gastric sleeve, bypass sleeve, lap band, or just, having a mommy makeover, many options. There's just like so many options out there. But I was looking into what would better benefit me and knowing my body. And what I decided to do was I did the gastric sleeve. So real quick, I separated in 2020, in September of 2020. I was weighing about 306 pounds at that time. And then I decided in January that I was going to do the weight loss surgery. I was going to do the gastric sleeve. And April of 2021 is when I had my weight loss surgery. I did the gastric sleeve. The day of my surgery, I had, you had to do pre-op weight loss. I was weighing 291 the day of my surgery because I had to, like I said, you have to do some dieting and prep to get you ready for this specific surgery. Why I chose this specific surgery of a gastric sleeve was because, like I said, I did my research of and knowing my body of why I was always still hungry, and figuring out that it's because, our stomach organ, I stretched it out all my life of my bad eating habits of eating and dieting. Our stomach doesn't shrink. Unfortunately, we stretch it out just like our stomach when we have babies. It doesn't shrink back up. It's, a little bit it does, but it won't ever go, and the thing is that that's your body telling you you're hungry because you're not full. And it's like, so I really did my research on it, and I was like, okay, I want to restart. Let's cut the stomach, baby stomach, watch what we eat. I'm mentally prepared to start that diet that I had to stick, because that's another thing. You really have to be mentally prepared to start that diet to change that life-changing change of who you're going to be. And I did it in April of 2021. And I've lost, like I said, I'm 170 pounds now. For about 9 months after the surgery, I stuck to the diet that was pre-op surgery, which is like baby diet, protein shakes, I just a lot of, liquids and so on and so forth. And then now I'm proportioned. I eat anything and everything I want to eat, but portioned, very portioned. And I'm sticking to it. I'm extremely happy to what, almost 3 years later, 2021, 20, yeah, and I'm really happy.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who was the responsible to conquer 300 pounds? Your marriage? Kids?
What was responsible? Myself, I guess, not unknowingly myself. Like obviously the what we expose ourselves to in life. I was with my ex when I was 18, and we separated at 34. My children I had at 21, 23, and 28. As a woman, we like I said, we sacrifice a lot for our family, a lot for our marriage. We almost go into a point of not feeling so sacrificing that we have to give all this up to where we almost feel unworthy or worthless. I'm not going to say I felt worthless, but I felt like I had to put them first. And I then experienced, so that was like, putting them first, giving myself up. And then also speaking to my ex at the time, knowing that honestly, when we started having kids at 20 and 23 and so on, I didn't want to have any more children after 30, and I wanted to start working on myself. Knowing that, like at 23 or 24, but still going through emotional abuse or, and just not physical abuse, but physical abuse on myself in the sense of like just going up and down in weight. I I knew like that by 30 I wanted to start focusing on myself. That was like my own mental goal. Like I was like, okay, sacrificing my body for this. Took me longer because as a woman we suffer a lot of mental abuse as well. Done to ourselves. We battle ourselves. We don't know how to self-love ourselves. And then unfortunately the people around us who don't who just say things or make us feel unworthy of, and but my separation and going through my divorce and finding myself having to reinvent Amy, because Amy from 18 to 34 was Amy Godoy, was that woman, that mom, that wife, that family, that partner, with him. And now I had to reinvent and rediscover itself, and that helped me to love myself again, to see how much of Amy I gave up and sacrificed, and totally, like I said, good and bad. There's so we can go on about what all the stuff I did, good and bad, sacrificing good and sacrificing bad. But then you're able to, one point I was harsh with myself to be like, okay, you let yourself go and you have to pick yourself up and carry that I did this. Can't put the blame on anybody else. I could blame my ex, I could blame my children, I could blame everybody and anybody that I want, but I wasn't going to start putting in the work in myself until I took my own ownership. I had to take my own ownership.
Do you think this is a cultural problem?
Oh yes. Culture tells the woman, we have children, we sacrifice for our children, we sacrifice for our family, for our marriage, and we put ourselves second, third, fourth, and then we start going, then we start going down. We start going down the ladder. Our self-love starts going down the ladder. First it's, always God first, but then you have your spouse, you know what I mean? Then you're sacrificing for your spouse, and then you start having your children, and then you start sacrificing for children, and then you start sacrificing for your family, tu hogar, your house, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, Amy became 8th, 9th, 10th, when, you know what I mean, besides God being first, I should have been second. I should have been living myself, and we start climbing down the ladder. And yes, culture, especially Latino America, oh my God, yes, we feel like the woman has to be in home and cooking and cleaning and working, and now it's come so far. I'm like, so far in the like I love working, I love being at everything that we can, but if we're not in a good foundation in partnership with our spouse or with the family, which everybody takes their picks up their cross and takes up their own responsibility in the family, even the children picking up slack, and even the other partner picking up slack, then the mother or the woman can then focus a little bit on herself. But and I had to set that tempo. I didn't for the longest time. I did everything and anything. I was like, I felt like I wasn't enough if I didn't get the kids to school, pick up my house before leaving, going to work, working 7-8 hours, picking up the kids, going home and making dinner and having dinner ready for the children. That's a lot. When was I, and then being a wife, then making sure that you had, lunch the next day, and picking up after cooking and cleaning, starting laundry, trying to get a load in, just picking up around the house. And because you don't ask for help, because you feel like you have to do it all. You saw your mother, your grandmother, it's culture, like you said, you see it, and then they make you, feel like that's the way it has to be. And then it's like, you know what? No.
Do you have family?
Yes.
Kids?
Yes.
Boy?
Yes.
Girls?
Yes.
Okay. What is now the scenario for the girls? You are teaching them, hey, you don't have to serve, you have the rights. So it's different scenario?
Oh yeah. I give them the. It's so bad. So with my girls, I love being a mother, and I don't no regrets anything. But I tell my girls, focus on themselves. Being a parent is sacrificial. It's a sacrifice, and women already, we are being in a family and being in a relationship in general, we already give up so much that when we start having children, we give up even more. So the structure I have in my family is that my girls are, they're the author, the illustrator, and the designer of their own life. Focus on them, travel, find out who the woman that they want to be before being in any type of relationship or committing, because the we not that like, oh, we're superior, because I'm totally not superior with like women and men, and no, it's just we give life. You know what I mean? We do this one little thing a little bit higher, and it's our cross to bear. And culturally, like I said, men could come and go, but the woman sticks with, if they're going to be a good mother, they stick with the children, and they have to bear that cross. And it's hard and it's sacrificial, and I, coming from a single mother, who raised her two daughters, and coming from my own experiences, who because coming from my background of being a single mother, having a single mother, I wanted to, let's say, stay together for the kids, and then having my own experiences and seeing how much my mom sacrificed, seeing how I sacrificed. So seeing the different sacrifices in both scenarios, I'm able to tell them better, equip them to make better decisions. I tell them, hold off on having a family. You know what I mean? In the sense of starting, just to be a mom, because it's hard. and so in the structure of in home, they're focused on school. They're focused on their future and becoming, good independent women. Sorry, I kind of went off the subject of your questioning.
The question is about the way you are trying now to transmit your daughters. They don't have to be.
They see my transition. They've my oldest actually just commended me. They see, so I do. How we live is how they're gonna see. My daughter, my oldest daughter, saw all my sacrifices and how I let myself go, and they witness. You know what I mean? Our children, they witness that. They see us, and she's now like, I see you now transforming and being like, taking care of yourself, and she loves to see the transformation in me. So I think that's the only way I can say, to fit, sticking with the fat to fit, they see my transformation, they see my dedication even in my dieting, and they take part of it, you know what I mean? Because they, as a woman, like they're like, I don't want to be how my mom used to be. And now it motivates them to want to stick on a healthier path, to stay with me on my fitness journey as well. And then they learn all my other,
But the idea is to try to transmit some motivation to they take care about themselves. But for some reason, it's so complicated. I've been hearing women, they said, I'm okay. And they are shaking sometimes. They say, and you can see when a woman is not enjoying the life.
yeah.
So any type of point of view you can share with us, because you pass for a lot of things.
I know. God, it's so hard. We like to cover up so much. We like to be so strong. Um, I wish I would be able to say this is the remedy, but it's honestly just being so truthful and transparent to yourself. Honestly. But it's hard. We can do it first mentally, and that's the part. But body dysmorphia is a real thing. Like it was like 2 years after my weight loss surgery that I couldn't. Well, let me backtrack it. Before my weight loss surgery, with my ex, going back to 2017, when I was doing my own weight loss and I was going back yo-yoing. I have pictures of me yo-yoing, 40 pounds back and forth yo-yoing. He got me one time because I just couldn't accept, like, I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't doing it. Like, I couldn't know, like, I didn't see anything. He got me into one of my old bathing suits and he had me wear it. And actually I had pictures of this bathing suit, like of 2015 and 2016 and now. And I finally was able to see what he would tell me, like, you're not like where you want to be, but you're getting there, you know. And it wasn't until, like, honestly, that moment that I was like, wow, body dysmorphia is really real. Because honestly, in my mind, I still saw myself as the 2015 picture. Like, honestly, like, I'm wearing the same exact bathing suit for those 3 years, and the bathing suit itself is like just different on me. But I didn't notice it because I was still judging myself as the first picture, and I would see that. So when he did that for me, it really helped me see, like, the mental breakingness of, like, how I do this to myself. Like, I'm not seeing this. So I really then had to focus on, like, trying to see how other people would see me and not how I would see myself, because we're our number one biggest critic.